SteelSeries have always been a company known for quality gear at great prices, but have they lost their way releasing a headset like this in today's market? Well, it's complicated. On the one hand, the Nova Elite features carbon fibre drivers, its own dedicated DAC, simultaneous audio for a total of 4 devices, hot swappable batteries, and they're the world's first high-res certified wireless gaming headset. But on the other hand, the MSRP is $600. It's going to be interesting to see if the audio quality is good enough to justify that high asking price. Opening up the box, the top layer slides off to reveal the headset, and over to the right is where the carrying case, DAC and various accessories reside. These include 3 USB Type-C to USB Type-A cables, all 1.5mm in length. Now I can connect multiple USB devices at once and run them simultaneously. Plus there's the included 3.5mm headphone cable, 2 hot swappable batteries, a product information guide, and lastly a microphone pop filter. Taking a closer look at the headset, I quite like the black stealth design. They come in either obsidian or sage and gold. As for the buttons, on the right ear cup there's a single Bluetooth button and pairing LED. On the left is the power button, which can also toggle active noise cancellation with a single press, or a double tap toggles transparency mode. Below is the mic mute switch and the volume wheel, which can also be used to adjust the source and chat mix volumes. Plus, you can open up the Game Hub settings menu by pushing in the wheel, and lastly the retractable mic is extremely well done. It's a little bit more difficult to pull out, but folding it away only takes a second. I haven't ever tested a headset with such a clean implementation of a microphone. It seems so simple, and I wonder why mics like this aren't on every high-end headset. As for build quality, in the bend test I feel pretty comfortable doing this all day. They feel robust and well made. Clamping force for my head size is perfect, and I didn't need to make any adjustments to the headband. They fit snug and secure. Total weight is 380 grams, but they feel lighter due to their compact footprint. Adjustments, I can comfortably rest them around my neck or lay them down on the desk. The headband and ear cups can be adjusted to give plenty of room for even the biggest of head sizes. The yokes operate smoothly in every direction, and they hold enough friction to give them a premium feel. They don't wobble or rattle at all. Setting up took a little time. I first plugged in the DAC, removed the cover from the right ear cup and installed a battery. On my PC I downloaded the SteelSeries GG software from their website and installed it, then followed the steps to update both devices. Once set up in my Windows settings, I made sure sonar was selected as my primary audio source and then chose the best possible quality. I was ready to test the software. Firstly, I set up sonar with a custom profile, although there's loads of presets to choose from. At the top, I like how there's individual volume sliders for game, mic and chat. I can even make custom EQs for each one. In the games tab, I'm going to have endless fun customizing presets. You can even tweak certain frequencies with selective games in the drop down menu, such as Counter-Strike. Below that is a slider for surround sound used for positional audio in FPS games. While I won't ever use it, I love that I can dial in how much surround sound you actually want, as opposed to simply being either on or off. In chat you get AI noise cancellation, noise reduction, a noise gate and even a compressor. Lastly, in the mic tab it's all the same features as in the chat tab, but now the settings control your own voice. The software is robust and in depth like I've never seen before. As for the absolute best EQ settings, I found simply pushing the bass and treble was more than enough for a punchy sound, although while gaming I prefer to reduce the bass and run a flat EQ. You can quick save and switch between profiles on the fly. I just have 2, one for music and one for playing games. There's also a gain slider that I found needed to be increased slightly, like this, to really drive this headset to the limit. Now it's time for my opinions on the audio quality. Do they sound good considering the price? I have noticed the Elite being compared to the Maxwell 2s on Reddit. Bearing in mind though the huge price difference, I will compare them as they're both extremely popular headsets right now, and I know you want me to compare them, so here goes. The Nova Elite sounds better in my opinion. They are far more capable in the low ends. I can hear each individual element of a song better. For a wireless headset, they're so far ahead of any other headset I've used in the past. Again, I want to be clear, $600 is still too much for the Elites. But if you're seriously into music and gaming, these will bridge the gap closer than ever before. Straight out of the box, they don't sound amazing. Using sonar really brings them to life. More on that later. I want to touch on the clamping force. For my head size, unlike the Maxwell 2s, the Novas are pinned to my head, and the Nova Elites deliver a much warmer and fuller listening experience. It's hard to compare them, as don't get me wrong, the Maxwell 2s still sound great, they just don't offer this level of bass. The Novas absolutely blow my head off. Now if you don't like bassy music that drives a pair of cans to the limit, you won't be impressed. But they are the best sounding wireless headset I've ever heard in my life, and they should for the price. The carbon fibre drivers remain clear no matter how far I push them, and the lack of distortion is very impressive. Okay, what about directional audio? Are the Elites going to live up to their name? I jumped into the most cinematic game I could to test them on, and the most noisiest one, of course, Battlefield 6. I personally left surround sound off and ran a flat EQ with a slight boost to the highs. The hertz range for footsteps is very exploited on Elites, but I wouldn't say you need to spend $600 to get good sound imaging. Yeah, the Elites sound amazing, but for tracking footsteps and pinpointing enemy gunfire, the Elites are complete overkill. Please don't spend this much for just that purpose. Only buy the Elites if you're after an audio device capable of every scenario, music and gaming. They're small and discreet enough to take outside as well, so no one's going to tell the difference between them and a regular pair of headphones, and that's a big plus point for me. If you're only going to pick these up for gaming, you've got money to burn. ANC I've been experimenting with at different levels, and it works well by cutting out any background noise up to 89%, so you can even block out a washing machine going full speed. Is pure bliss. Right everyone, this is a microphone test of the Nova Elite gaming headset. Let me know what you believe this sounds like. I don't believe it sounds that great. I've been trying to tweak in Audacity to try and get it working or sounding half decent, but I can't quite get it how I want it. This is as good as I've got it so far. Let me know in the comment section what you believe the microphone quality sounds like. I'm going to give it more time. I might do another update to see how I feel, you know, if I've tweaked the microphone a little bit more, because I feel like I could probably get more out of it than this. Right, the Nova Elites are top tier, but so's the price. With that said, if you've always wanted the complete package, this is no doubt the closest you're going to get. Being labelled as a gaming headset does the Nova Elites an injustice, and you shouldn't buy them just for gaming. They are totally unnecessary and a waste of money. Would I ever pay 600 UK pounds for them? No, but that doesn't take away from the fact they deliver on every front. 500 UK pounds would make them a lot more competitive in my opinion, and I would have probably have given them a rating of 9.5 out of 10. Current pricing means I can only give them a 9, and that rating is only based on if you're an avid music listener as well. Rounding off the video, what are your opinions on the Nova Elite headset and the colossal asking price? Have SteelSeries completely lost their minds charging this much? But then surely every company should have a flagship product like this. I would love to hear your opinions down below in the comment section. Let me know, I'm really interested to find out. Also, if you feel like going on a Silence Tech binge, I can highly recommend these videos. That's it for today everyone. My name's Mark from Silence Tech. Goodbye.